in which language they have to develop these, all these things they will be planning together. Then it will come to UX designer. UX designer will find the solution. Now let us see where UX designers are involved in all. UX designer has to make low fidelity wireframes. This is the wireframes. This is not just the showcasing the things or showcasing how we are going to do, but it is the solutions to the problems where the client is giving us the problem statement. Okay. Then we come to medium fidelity wireframes, where we are adding on things to low fidelity. Then we'll be coming to actual data, that will be a mockup, that will be adding to our medium, and that can be considered as a high fidelity. That will basically the layouts. Then we will be adding the visual graphics and all. So UI designer's role come here, where medium fidelity wireframes are been ready. That time UI designer will come in picture. He'll have to dress up nicely to the skin, which is been designed by UX designer. Then he'll be making it as convert it into the high fidelity wireframes. Then its also role comes when while handing the assets to the developers, and then testing. Then again the next is visuals and graphics. Now imagine any app or any web layout without a single picture. So it will not be that interesting, right? So graphic designing is basically a very important thing, which is very important at the point of visuals. I mean, when we are going through many apps and everything, so at that point of time, things we look, we get impressed. Experience is the secondary thing, but looks is the first thing that comes, which catches the user. So graphic designer, visual designer, then interaction designer is also one designer which plays a very big role. What interactions is basically while opening the pop-up, or how its behavior must be in that way. Then handing over the assets. Then comes the role of developer. Developer will be involved in these two stages, and then comes the tester. Okay, so all this, now what we have a problem statement, we have domain knowledge, okay, we have researched everything, and then we are thinking and we are moving ahead for building up a solution. Now building up is solution needs a very strong planning. Okay, as stronger your planning will be, the product will be that best. So this is the key room where we can just think a lot and do the experiments. Now planning includes thinking process, of course. So UX designer has many things to do. He has to brainstorm and research. He has to make a planning. He has to understand the end user requirement. He has to do many things, and that too, everything will be sorted. Do it systematically. See, what is important is the systematic planning and systematic execution. Let us understand how this can be achieved. Okay. Now, for example, I have this so many sticky notes with me. Okay, even a pen and paper will do for you. No need that only colorful sticky notes will only solve your problem. It is not that. Even a note of pen and paper will help you a lot with executing this. Okay, so how we will be going ahead? We have a problem statement, right? So how to think over that, how to get the solution for that. So just think like a product page, for example, an Amazon product page, where we have buy now and add to cart. Okay, So if there will not be a buy now button and only we have add to cart, and if I have to directly buy that, so what is the my experience is I'll have to do 2 clicks. First I'll have to make add to cart, then go to cart, and then click buy there. That's why like even Amazon have kept that buy now button there itself, that if I want to and the main pain point here is if I have too many things in my cart, so what then I have to remove all of them, and then again I have to go go back to buy that particular thing. So by keeping buy button at particular product, each of the product, what happens is we have only one product in our cart. At the time of buying, we directly go to the buy process of buying. Okay, so that helps. So we have to understand the pain point. We have to think the best way to achieve is that become a user and then start thinking. Like I said, I am an Amazon user. Say I am an Amazon user and I am using that. So when we will come up with the solutions when we have the better ideas, and that will come with our experience, and that we will be at that particular pain point. When we at that particular pain point, we will understand कि yes, this might ऐसे अगर हो सकता है तो क्यों ना होना चाहिए. It is a very nice solution. So that becomes your solution then. So this way we have to proceed. Okay, so thinking process very many things, but I must say, just don't hosh posh each and everything. Keep the sticky notes with us. Whatever point come to your mind related to that button, write your button and stick to that. Something else, stick to that. Point number 3, stick to that. 4, 5, 6, 7. How it is going to function, it will be clear in client's mind. So it is very easy to register the things what we want to communicate, where they will appear on the specific page, how useful they might actually be, right? So this is the best way actually to communicate with the client. Now, wireframe takes out the images and colors and focus on bones only, that it forces everyone to look objectively and interface like how these features will function. Like it is sounding so much of text, but you know, each and every word is so important. We have a particular layout and we have same layout in color. If we show the grayscale layout to client, the reactions you just observe and note it down, and the reactions what we come to for the colored UI option, you just register that. I am sure, just make a practice. I mean, this can be your good assignment with even everyone can make this thing, and just show your family member experience. It will be just irritating for us. So we have to keep in mind that what we are building up, what are the target users, and then according to that we have to give the effects, we have to give the interactions. Okay, so some examples are like way of transitions. Okay, when particular image is sliding or in carousel, or wherever the transitions are been seen, so those transitions, how those transitions are how we want to show. So it depends on content, it depends on the target users. So way of transitions, then opening of pages, pop-ups, sliders. So all this comes under interactions. Button behavior when we are clicking button, so how it should look, it should change the color, what is the behavior of that button when we are clicking, it should change the color. It is best that we must have a communication with the developers first. It's the brief correct, then it will hamper our product, of course. It will not look good. So just have a word with developer that how they are planning to use the assets. I mean, a particular graphics in SVG format or in PNG format. So this will clear our ideas. Even it will save our time to give in each and every formats and all. So all the images exported. So how we are going to give the assets now? Now see, assets is a very simple thing that a designer can do to developers. but it should be done with done smartly actually. All the assets exported to all the required sizes in the format needed. Okay, so if they need PNG and we are giving SVG assets, this is just because of communication gap. That's why I'm saying I'm emphasizing on the point that we must have clear communication between developers first. A list of font and sizes used should be given. Work out file naming convention together. It saves a lot of time and helps maintaining further versions of if any. See, naming convention is very small thing that is actually while exporting asset now, we are just we should name the asset particularly so that it will help the developer to pick it easily. Now, if the naming convention with you and developer is set, okay, so while replacement also, if there is some replacements also, so back and forth, we don't need to go and just change the namings every time. Okay, so this helps a lot. We must if it is not coming from developers now, we must go to developers and ask them once that let us make a fixed thing that we will be using only small letters, and between two letters there will be something like this hyphen and all, and in that way we just fix the naming nomenclature and then go ahead. A list of colors used in the correct format. Okay, colors should be given correctly, hex colors and all. So now all these assets, what I'm saying is to be given manually, but we have a very nice tools also like Zeppelin, XD links that can be, I mean, spec links and all. They are very easy to, they have made our life easy actually. XD has made our life really easy. So if we go to the taking out assets for this particular screen, what we have designed right now, I must say we must give them, yeah, I was saying about XD link and all. Those links are provided to the developers. We do have some good options of taking iOS and Android links separately also, but sometimes developers need our manual help also. Okay, uh, at times that links does not give us the proper assets. I don't know still that is in process of what, but it will it sometimes is tedious for them, like what is my experience. So uh, we should give them in this way also. uh, Even after sharing our XD link, they might come back to us that give us this assets, and then we can give. But those assets also, how we should give is one trick. Like while giving the font, title font. So title font we can just have in XD, whatever the, it covers the font name, it covers the size, it covers its regular boldness or whatever. Then it covers the letter spacing, it covers word spacing, and all the things. What is it? It is left aligned, it is center aligned, everything. All the font properties are being covered here, color, each and everything. Okay, opacity. So generally font is not been used without with less opacity, but still I'm saying ki for stylized fonts and all. So this covers a lot, and giving all these properties written is a very hard task. So it is easy to take a screenshot and give them font. Then coming to the graphics, everyone might be well aware about this, that we have to give in 1x, 2x, 3x and all. This is for particularly the different resolutions we are using. Then giving the buttons. Now one trick is here is we can just ask them, all these assets I'm giving in PNG, that's why in 1x, 2x, 3x. If SVG, no need of giving them in different sizes. Okay. So in buttons, like we have covered 3 sizes, but the one good point here I would like to share is there is a shadow to this button. And if we give this along with shadow, if we give this PNGs along with shadow, it takes a lot of space, blur space. The blur property which is there of shadow, that is taking a lot of space, and that might disturb our alignment. So it's better that shadow property can be given to the developers, can be conveyed to the developers, and they'll give it here. So we can just take a screenshot of shadow properties also. It is covering its X and Y points. I mean, X axis and Y axis shadow lines, and the blur property, as well as the color, its opacity, right? So many things have been covered in screenshot, and this is the very easiest and super fast way to give the assets to the developers. Now, sharing gradients. This is my own personal experience. I mean, I was been we were having one screen where all the cards are being placed, and each card was having a different gradient color into it, and I had to provide all the gradient colors to the developers. At that point of time, I just have taken I mean, with level wise, I have just gone and written a particular this particular uh, card color is this gradient, its second option is this. In this way I have given, but I have seen that there is so many hex codes here, and it's very easy to miss out on something, right? And if we I mean, it's very, there are many chances of getting mistaken here. So just added a usability point, just added a cell color, the same color, so that when I am here, I know that according to the image, I'll be having to use this color. And when I was particularly using this option, it was very helpful when we had to check those. I mean, going back to the particular screen and checking those gradients was very helpful for us. So this is one thing. Second is, like I said, while sharing the links for assets, we do have the development link, design link. In development, we do have the iOS and Android, and we can directly select iOS, and it will, this iOS link will give the iOS developer the sizes of assets correctly, what they want exactly. Android, the same thing. Okay, so this is the very latest update in XD, and we must use this while sharing our assets. Now, coming to the user testing. User testing can be conducted in very different ways. Like, we can just have the interviews, and we can just take, I mean, we can just note down the observations of how that particular our app is ready, and we are asking the person to use the app. So it becomes very easy to note down the reactions. Okay, if we see testing on UI front, it includes very many types, like visual testing, screenshot testing, accessibility, its compatibility on different browsers and all. So all these things are coming under the UI front for testing purpose. But all this with all these quality assurance activities, that is, it means to verify that UI appears correctly to the users. It means that we are testing from the point of view that user, what we have planned, what we have built the solution, is that the coming out well? Is there any differences in UI, what we have thought of? Is there any differences in user experiences, what we have thought of? Interactions, what we have thought of? Animations, we have thought of? So all these things we need to check, so that it will be corrected at the right time. Now, testing methods can be different at different companies, and it is moreover important that UI and UX developer designer is being involved in this process. The reason behind is the same, that we know the product better, and we have planned that product. That's why we know it better, and we know its experience better. So it should come out in that way. That's why like we are being included. So just a testing solution we have just built and came up with. I'll just say about this. This is just a spreadsheet, an Excel sheet, and it will help us within 2 clicks itself we can just go 2 or 3 clicks, we can just go to the deepest point of any app, and we can just make a note of that particular point and work on that. So let us go to this. This is the testing model which is there. We have just came up with the simple formula. It's not formula, we can say, we can just write it, what all the phones we are been using here for testing, what all websites we are using for testing, and then we can just move to the model exactly. So here there is a section where we can just click and go to see the screen where the bugs are reported. Okay, flow wise, I have kept all the things, main flow. Then inside that particular flow, we have various screens. Inside that screen, we have very many points.
Right. So basically, how to tackle with a specific situation, like okay, client का expectation कुछ और है, and you have made something different. So
Okay.
how you are going to tackle such situations?
Okay. Like I have prepared one screen, and that is, say, uh, the reaction from your client comes, no, this is not what I was expecting.
Correct.
Okay, so just don't I mean just don't think of what you have made is wrong or whatever. Just go and just don't take a U-turn there. Try to understand what is not liked by the client. I mean, where he or she wants to speak. Like in particular screen, ask them, what did you didn't like? Okay, the concept, is this the wrong concept I am going ahead? The say the flow which I'm not giving you correctly, what is wrong with that particular screen? Go and ask them, they'll surely give you detailed feedback. So communication is only the thing which will help us to this, and just don't get demotivated there. If we think in other direction ki, now what will I do, it might like down up our morale and it might not be helpful. But yes, of course, if we go and communicate properly, it will help us with take the further decisions. What exactly changes we need to make in that, will get a clear idea out of it.
Okay. So the next question will be for Satish sir. Sir, can you please explain about the journey of UX UI designer in the industry?
Okay, it's not UX UI design, it's UX UI designer.
Designer's journey, yeah.
Okay, designer's journey. So basically, when you complete the course or a training, you join as mostly as a UI designer initially. Means you work as a UI designer. Nobody will give you the research and other things. I hope Neha also agrees with me. Directly, nobody will give you a big projects to work on. They give you
Yes.
small assignments and other things.
Yes.
After that, you start doing some UX thing and you become UX UI designer. Then when you actually work on UX projects, after that the chances of becoming lead UX designer is there in 3 to 4 years. Or there are some specialized thing like information architect. If a person is very good with information,
Okay, I guess there is some technical issue with Satish sir's internet. So I will take the next question. We will take the next question. Neha, will you please tell us about how to prepare for the interview?
Okay. So for interview, basically, rather than your design will be speaking, right? So your portfolio must be that stronger. And
Right.
I'm saying that portfolio must be stronger. It means you must have worked that hard.
Absolutely.
Hard better than you must have practiced it that much. So more you practice, more you will be having the mock-ups to show to showcase in your portfolio. And once you have the strong portfolio, and since this all the things you yourself have designed, it will be really helpful and add up the confidence in you. I mean, this is the best practice that not to fear from interview.
Okay.
So
And yeah, will you please give us some tips of building a good portfolio, or we can
Okay.
say a strong portfolio for being a UX UI designer?
Okay, so portfolio is like showcasing our work, right? So whatever work we are doing, just don't I mean take the take the whenever we are just building up our any of the mock-ups, take the inspiration from the design, just don't copy it. So taking an inspiration means we like the color, we like particular thing into it, and how it can be utilized and how it can be modified in our own design. So in that way, if at all, if you pick up any government site and try to remake, surely I'm sure that you will get a very nice experience, because government sites are not that user friendly. So this will add add a good thing to a portfolio. So practicing taking our old sites and revamping it can be a good practice to be followed, and it will help help us understand the UI standards. It will take us through complete process, and it is being repeated as many times we practice, and that can be added to a portfolio. So जितना ज़्यादा हम लोग practice करेंगे, so उतने points हमारे, we will be learning new points, and those new points will give us strength to answer in interview.
Right.
That is the greatest strength actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one question which is really good question actually.
Okay.
We have to think about the client, or we have to think about the user while designing. So design is for the client, or design is for basically for a user?
See, we are taking any requirement for from the client. Yes, of course, what client wants to showcase, what client wants to convey to the user is very much important to catch and put it there. But it's UX, user experience, how we showcase it is in UX designers or UI designers' hand, and how it can be interacted to the user. So that particular product is of course for the user. After all, user is going to use that, and after all, if particular color client is asking to do that, we can just if that color is not being related to the app which we are using, we can just tell them that, we can just convince client that on technical background ki this particular color will not work here for this app. This is a very simple example. So it can help us thinking from user's perspective only, and we have to convince to client also. We have to manage both. Like we cannot go against client and do the things. We have to, help client with the right user experience.
Okay. So Neha, again we have Satish sir with us. So my next question will be for him. Sir, will you please let us know about the scope in UX UI field?
Okay, as now currently Neha is working as a UX UI designer, so she might also give the answer. Neha, will you like to answer this?
Yeah.
Then I will elaborate on it.
Okay.
Okay, Apurva ma'am, can you please just elaborate your question?
Yeah. So basically, we want to know what is the scope in this particular field. What are the what is the basically future of UX UI designer?
Okay.
In the industry.
Right, like I have kept the title that UX UI designer is a planner. I mean, complete product is in our hands, we can say. Like we are whole and soul of product actually, because there is a very vast scope for us in coming future, especially in this pandemic. I can see like there are very many softwares going to be I mean everything will be digital, and we have to come up with various solutions to that. So
Mhm.
uh, I mean, there is a very, very vast scope for us to go ahead with being an UX UI designer. And only designers can also have a very vast scope in
Mhm.
future. Like it is not necessary that one must be a developer also at the time.
Okay. Sir,
Yeah.
will you please throw some more light on it?
Okay, I will, as a placement person, I will elaborate from numbers. I think generally in India right now, the overall tally is we required somewhere 60,000 UX UI designers, and only 10,000 designers are with us. So there is already a huge gap of 50,000 designers. And in this pandemic situation, in this
Mhm.
lockdown situation, I think the requirement, as she's also saying, the requirements has grown up for specifically UX UI designer. At the same time, where the other requirements for other basic things, where
Hmm.
people are losing their jobs, I think in different fields. But in UX UI, there are more jobs open, as she is rightly saying,
Hmm.
because there are more software to build, there are more apps to build, there are more platforms to build, which as a product person, UX
Hmm.
UI is going to make a huge role in that.
Right. Okay. So again, we have one good question with us. You must have heard about artificial intelligence and virtual reality. So, how these topics are related to UX UI? Can you please tell us, Neha, how
Yeah.
artificial intelligence and virtual reality are related with this UX UI field?
See, like even virtual reality and artificial intelligence, these both topics are very closely related to the designing part.
Mm-hmm.
We have very many softwares which can just go through into it. We
Mm-hmm.
can, but understanding from artificial intelligence point of view, it is very deep. I mean, it is very deep on that particular platform that we have to uh, learn first the artificial intelligence and machine learning. And
Mm-hmm.
then like some softwares are there, the recently that Google has given us the tiger and everything, that is
Right.
artificial intelligence itself. So we are so matching that the real scenario with the uh, this artificial scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the main linking between the uh, UI designers and artificial designers.
Okay. So yes, we have one more interesting question.
Okay.
Neha ma'am, how do you adjust the time commitment with the client and the project?
Okay. So once the task comes to us, we have to first of all see what exactly the might be the very small requirement. We have to just analyze that how much time we are going to require for the same, and that particular time we can just convey to the client, and we can just start working on it and try to finish that work. uh,
Mhm.
by timings actually, if at in the worst situation it happens that we are not able to I mean uh, give that particular thing into the time, we must actually communicate with the client or anyone to whom our deliverables are, that due to some issue or due to some understanding of whatever, will be requiring more time to complete it. And that communication, if we keep it clear, it doesn't create any problems.
Okay. Yeah. Now, many of the people want to know your journey. So, will you please tell us about your journey in this field?
Okay. So My journey started with HR actually, and before that also, after completing my engineering, I was actually, I visited Edit Institute only right back, just after my 12th standard also. Edit Institute, I was staying at Nagpur there. And after that, I wanted to go, I have visited INIFD for design management after completing engineering, and Edit Institute also for just getting through some courses. Or so basically I was interested into designing field right from very beginning, and but was not getting the right path where digital and my designs will come together. So after my MBA, I have done plain MBA then, and there it was HR and IT. So that's why I have selected the dual specialization and started my career with HR in fact. But after 1.5 year or 2 years, I was thinking that I'm not in the right place where actually I am my brain processes in fact. So that's why I have changed my thoughts and changed my decision. I have taken a decision to join some courses and then move ahead, and I have joined Edit there. Arena was one institute and Edit, but I really there is some test at Edit, right? There some logical and that test,
Yeah,
Aptitude test,
aptitude
yeah.
test.
aptitude
Yeah.
test and all. Yeah, so there also I guess they asked me for if I am interested in development, because logical was strong, but yeah, still I was like, I am changing my field from HR to designing just for that, because I am interested into designing. And that's why I have like gone ahead, got ahead with Edit course, UI UX designing course, and I have completed that. Then I got the placement in Silicus Technologies. There I have worked for 2 years, 2+ years, and there I was particularly responsible for designing things. So in designing also, like they were like to add something like HTML and CSS, so that development and designing, combination of both were having much scope at that particular time. But still I was firm with the thing that I have changed my course just, I have changed my streamline just because I am interested into designing. And then I am in UX UI, and I now realizes that it's really interesting to be in UX. It's like very interesting in day-to-day life, and even if it real life, if we see, there are many things that we can just relate to UX. So it's all about designing and designing. So that's why like I've turned myself to be a
Okay.
designer.
Okay. So Neha, we have one more question actually.
Okay.
Would you say that after completing this course, one is industry ready? Am I right? Suppose मैंने course complete किया तो अब मैं industry ready हो गई, right?
No,
You say that.
no, actually not.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So what else do I need?
I'll frame a very small example before that. एक engineer जब engineer बन जाता है ना, तो he has all the knowledge of technical terms and all.
Mm-hmm.
But he is not the solution provider at that time.
Okay.
He must have some he must get some experience, and उसका actual जो career start होगा, that will be from the day one when he start on job training.
Okay. On job training means the internship you are talking about, right?
Whatever it might be, internship or direct job, whatever.
Okay.
When we practice that, when we get into that actually, at the time the actual experience come, and we get very nicely blend into it. It's not very tough for anyone to pick up that. I mean, even if we are not ready at the time. Yes, of course we are ready with the background. We are ready with like when I was working in HR, so I was working in IT industry. So the placements which I was making, that was for IT industrialist,
Okay.
right? So I was having the knowledge for them, and those technical jargons were I'm familiar with me. But if I was HR at manufacturing, of course, imagine that I need to hire for some manufacturing process, and I need that particular domain knowledge,
Right.
right?
Right.
So domain knowledge, of course, is the very strong background for us. So when we are completed with the course, we have all the ingredients with us to further.
Okay. So I think this will be a last question in today's webinar actually.
Okay.
If somebody has an experience in coding, front end coding,
Okay.
so how he or she can switch to the design field?
That's a great experience actually. So how much experience is that counting on?
Front end designing, front end
Yeah,
coding.
how much experience?
1 year.
Okay, so that is the best experience to have, even to move to the designer part, because front end you are having a very nice understanding of what actually works, and when you are thinking for going to be a designer, I mean, you will have a very nice tricks to design in very less time, and it will be a very great thing to go ahead with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
Even
So
sorry. Yeah,
yes.
even the designer can even the designer must have that knowledge. I mean, if she or he or she have experience, that is the best part.
Okay. Means 1 year of experience is fine, right?
Yeah, that is fine. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I add some point in it?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I think as I'm also a photographer, and then I joined as a designer, and now I'm working as a project manager and other things. So all kind of experience, whatever you are having, is useful in UX UI, because you are giving a real life solution to the problem. So if you
Yes.
are a developer, very good. If you have some other domain knowledge, very good. Because the more knowledgeable you are, the more chances that you will come out with a good solution. I'm not talking about technical. For human beings, for a human, for a person, a good experience, chances get higher. So if you are from coding background, obviously you're welcome. If you're from graphic design background, obviously you're very good in color combination, other thing, and technologies, Photoshop and other thing that little bit, then it is very good. And if you're from other background, like she was HR, she did a lot of BE and other thing, but if you're from HR also, you can switch to this, because it seems like technical, but it is not a technical designation. Again, I will like to add that it is not a technical designation. It is, peoples are designing for peoples, humans are designing for humans, and we all are humans. We know what our problem is, so that we can solve other problem. The more knowledge you have, the better solution you can give.
Okay.
Simply put. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now the last question, Neha, what specific advice would you like to give to our current students?
Just enjoy designing. I mean, uh,
That's very good. That's
That's
very
very
good.
good.
That's very
actually,
good. Yeah.
this is, as rightly Satish sir has mentioned, it is we are solving human problems only, right? And UI UX designing is nothing but giving the solutions only. So enjoy it, and we are here just because we enjoy it. Otherwise, if you are thinking that this particular solution, how I am going to make and all, so that time you will not be able to come up with the solution. So just enjoy it, and think from user's perspective. That is the main thing you will have to do. And like I said, you just start with your own folder of making your own interesting things and all. So it will add up, it will help a lot to you.
Okay. So, thank you very much, Neha and
Welcome.
Satish sir for answering
Yeah,
these
yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Uh,
Thanks, Neha.
yeah, and now,
Welcome. Thank
okay,
you, Sue.
it's time to take a small feedback from all of the attendees. So I will request George sir to please show us the poll so
Yeah,
that we
so
can give a
just
feedback.
yeah, I'll just launch a poll. Give me 2 minutes.
Yes, sir,
So all
please.
of you are just requested to fill in this poll. It will take you a minute.
Yeah.
Okay? Panelists not allowed to vote.
Yeah, that's very bad.
So
All are
I will
requested to please
request.
fill it. Yeah.
Yeah. So all the attendees, please give your feedbacks. Okay, and if if any non-aided student want to see the current students projects and portfolio, so then please you can attend our live demo classes with the with the UX UI expert. You can contact Mr. Jain sir uh, for the same. You will get all the details on our website, that is www.edit.co.in, and you can attend the demo classes the expert faculties.
So Apurva, I have a suggestion. For
Yes,
these
sir.
demo classes, we could leave a number in the chat room, so
Yes, sir,
people
that
could
will be
also
better.
call up directly, and we could,
Okay.
we
Okay,
could
sir.
schedule the demo classes for every student. So that
Yeah.
would save time also. So
Yeah.
if it would be good if you can just type in Jayant's number in the chat box.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, so the number is here. So I'm putting this number in the chat box. Jayan Pathak. So this is Jayan sir's number. So if you want to attend a demo class, you can contact Mr. Jayan Pathak for the same. You will get to know the portfolios, you will get to know all the syllabus which we teach. So I hope all of you have filled the feedbacks.
Just 2 minutes more.
Yes, sir.
So since we were all talking about UI UX, so I
Mm-hmm.
would invite all the students, or those who are not the current students,
Mm-hmm.
who are attended this as inquiries. I would invite each and every inquiry to attend the demo session.
Yeah.
And as we discussed about experience, it is very important that you experience what is UI UX through the demo classes. So
Yeah.
please call in on the number that is indicated there and schedule your demo session at the earliest. Yeah? Okay, so Apurva, we can sort of end the call there. I'll end it,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So
Yes,
we
sir.
have around, I'll just tell you, around 50% people are from graphic design and 50% people from web design.
Okay.
And there are around, as per the polls, there are around 64% people who are interested in doing the course. So
Great.
very interesting. And so I
Yeah.
would advise
Nice.
all of you to please call up on the number typed in the chat room.
Yes.
And I think we can schedule an excellent demo session with you.
Yeah.
And in the demo session, you would actually be making a small little app also on paper. So you would get to know how your app actually functions.
Yeah.
So you will see it functioning. So thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much, George, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. And now I will request Tara to please give us a vote of thanks.
Yeah. Hi. So it was very informative session, Neha. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So,
Good to know.
let me thank everyone like Neha for this informative and for sharing your experience, especially your tips